Well, good morning. It's Stephen Hobbs here from the Wealth Movement, and I find myself in a bit of a predicament. I had prepared to share with you how to make scallop potatoes. That was my intention, and then I got thinking is that it wasn't going to be so much about the food today, so that you might learn a little bit more about the work that I'm doing through the Wealth Movement, Wellth. Yet the word preparation kept coming back into mind. And I thought that, you know what? I think that's where I'm going to go today. So I came and sat down in the back area of the house. The dog's out on the lawn, enjoying herself. And I thought that I would bring to your attention the importance of three words: preparation, prevention, and practice. Now, I'm bringing these forward because of a solo aging lifestyle that I'm living, and it's the one that I am leaning into in terms of my products and practices, processes, another way of saying it, projects, programs, platform that I'm sharing for the world and with the planet. And I wanted to bring these three words to you today because they really came to the foreground in some conversations that I've been having lately and my writing. And these are words that have become very real for me over the years. So I'm going to be tapping into my experiences in the outer doors with nature, mentoring, to be able to bring these to the foreground. Now, the first one being preparation, I'm going to add another word to it, so it would be preparation checklist. One of the things that I learned from being in the outer doors is that I had to prepare to go out, prepare to do the activities, prepare to come back and clean up everything. So leaning into a solo aging lifestyle, there are things that you have to prepare, like things like wills and the different kinds of wills, the legacy stories and sticky notes and letters that you want to leave with others when the time comes. So there is some preparation that has to take place in a solo aging lifestyle. Even the notion of where you're going to live, are you going to age in place, there's lots and lots of things to be thinking about. And I only wanted to give you a bit of a cursory perspective because I'll be writing about this more and more and shooting videos in support of it. So I have what's called an acronym STEEP: social, cultural, technological, environmental, economic, and political. I'm going to be sharing more through the lens of social, cultural, technological, and environmental. The economical and political, I will certainly have some people in to chat with who know more about that than I do at this point in time. So that's the preparation checklist. So important in living a great life, because what it does is it helps support the habits that you want to develop for your living your legacy life. Now, the second word was prevention. Now, with that one, it's kind of an interesting one, is that I've understood certainly about the importance of safety, again, from the outer doors, safety in terms of holistic safety approach, psychological safety approach while mentoring. And I bring it to the foreground today because of this notion of the prevention backpack. There are things that you've got to carry around with you. So I'm using a bit of a metaphor here. But when I was working in the outer doors, one of the things I always had to remember is everything that I carried with me had to have at least three uses. There was the primary use, and then there was a secondary and tertiary use. So I bring that to the foreground because from a prevention backpack point of view, what is it that you need to carry around with you to remind you, to assist you in living your legacy life. So for me, just as an example, I still, on a practical basis, when I'm walking the dog, is to wear my waist knapsack or day pack, as some people call it. Some people think of them as that's where you put your passport while you're walking, while you're traveling. I use it to carry my wallet and whistle and a knife and some extra little bags and my gloves when I go walking, because I never know if the weather's going to turn. So from a metaphoric point of view, what is it that you need in your backpack as you're walking through your given day? Is there anything that you need to carry with you? And a lot of people would say, oh, it's a phone, it's a phone. Yes, that's one possibility. Your wallet? Yes, that's another possibility. But sometimes for those who like to write, what about some cards, even recipe cards and pens or pencils? These are the kind of things to start thinking about from a prevention backpack point of view. The third word that I wanted to bring forward today is practices. Practice continuance. And what I'm sharing with you is that for me to be involved in the out of doors or even mentoring is that I have to keep practicing. There's a continuous learning, continuous improvement. And in solo aging, living a legacy life, there's still practices that need to go on. And I'll use one that sort of leans into why I was going to do what I was going to do today. And it's around the notion of cooking, is to be able to continue to practice ways in which to bring cooking to the foreground and keep doing things that are cooking for your lifestyle, for your palate. And it requires you to continue practicing to be able to have that happen. Now, there is this notion of practice writing, practice walking, practice thinking, practice creating. You've got to keep bringing these practices to the foreground and enjoying them and doing them in different ways so that you can find different approaches to live this legacy life that you want to have. So these were the three words that I wanted to bring forward. So again, just adding the other words to go with it. There was the preparation checklist, the prevention backpack, the practice continuance. So even though I know I'm wearing my tea towel and a preparation for washing up afterwards, these are still things that I believe you need to wash, rinse, repeat, great metaphor, and to bring into your life. And these are ones that I want to bring to you as well. So I'm going to be creating courses and bringing articles and books to your attention so that you might learn a little bit more about preparation, prevention, practices as they link with your solo aging lifestyle. So with that, as always, take care, and we'll catch you again soon.